everyone. I am Asima Biswal. Today I will discuss about central banking methods of credit control. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel Economic Tech. Okay. The present day economy is referred to as the credit economy because credit has come to play a predominant role in the modern economic system. Okay. Majority of business transactions, particularly in the Western countries, are settled through the use of credit instruments by the parties concerned. In fact, it would not be wrong to say that the credit is the lifeblood of modern business. Okay. Credit control is the regulation of credit by the central bank for achieving some definite objectives. Objectives of credit control. Why central bank control credit? Modern economy is a credit economy because credit has come to play a major role in setting all kinds of monetary and business transactions in the modern economic system. Changes in the volume of credit influence the level of business activity and the price level in the economy. Unrestricted credit creation by the commercial bank by causing wide fluctuation in the purchasing power of money may pose a serious threat to the national economy. Okay, hence it becomes necessary for the central bank to keep the creation of credit under control in order to maintain stability in the economic system. Objectives of credit control. First, objective, price stability. Violent price fluctuations cause disturbances and maladjustment in the economic system and have serious social consequences. Hence, price stability is an important objective of credit control policy. The central bank, by regulating the supply of credit in accordance with the commercial needs for the people, bring about the price stability in the country. Second, economic stability. Operation of the business cycle brings instability in a capitalist economy. The objective of credit control policy of the central bank should be to eliminate cyclical fluctuations and ensure economic stability in the economy. Third, maximization of employment. Okay, unemployment is economically wasteful and socially undesirable. Therefore, economic stability with full employment and high per capita income has been considered as an important objective of credit control policy of a country. 5. Okay, for economic growth. The main objective of credit control policy in the underdeveloped countries should be the promotion of economic growth within the shortest possible time. Okay, these countries generally suffer from the deficiencies of financial resources. Hence, the central banks in these countries should solve the problem of financial scarcity through planned expansion of bank credit. 5. Stabilization of money market. Another objectives of the central bank credit control policy is the stabilization of the money market so as to reduce the fluctuation in the interest rates to the minimum. Credit control should be exercised in such a way that the equilibrium in the demand and supply of money should be achieved at all times. 6. Exchange rate stability. Exchange rate stability can also be an objective of credit control policy. Instability in the exchange rates is harmful for the foreign trade of the country. Thus, the central bank in the countries largely dependent upon foreign trade should attempt to eliminate the fluctuations in the foreign exchange rates through its credit control policy. Then I will discuss about methods of credit control. The various methods of instruments of credit control used by the central bank can be broadly classified into quantitative or general method and qualitative or selective method. Quantitative or general method is divided into three categories. First, bank rate; B, open market operation; C, cash reserve ratio. Okay. Quantitative or general method, the methods used by the central bank to influence the total volume of credit in the banking system without any regard for the use to which it is put are called quantitative or general methods of credit control. These methods regulate lending ability of the financial sector of the whole economy and don't discriminate among the various sectors of the economy. Second, qualitative or selected method. These are divided into A, marginal requirements; B, regulation of consumer credit; C, control through directives; D, credit rationing; E, moral sanction and publicity; F, direct action. Okay. The methods used by the central bank to regulate flows of credit into particular direction of the economy are called qualitative or selective methods of credit control. Unlike the quantitative methods which affect the total volume of credit, the qualitative methods affect the types of credit extended by the commercial banks. They affect the composition rather than the size of credit in the economy. Okay, in next class I will discuss about bank rate policy. Thanks for watching.